Hi, my name is Anrune, Weyers, and I compete in the class T47. I have a congenital arm amputation, that's called PT.
My naam is Paul Daniels en ek is T62 en ek neem deel in die 100 meter en die 200 meter. My amputasie is onderkant my bene en soos ek hardloop met blades.
So basically what happened was the 9-month period I was in my mom's wound. I laid on the left side of my hand and I stopped the growth in my left hand. The doctors didn't realize that, he didn't pick it up at all on the scans or anything. And with the day of birth, obviously it was a big surprise for him and my parents as well. I came out and I didn't have a left hand. It was quite a difficult time for them. But my grandfather, which is, he's 80, turned 80 just recently this year. He was the first person next to my mom and dad, next to the bed when I was born. And he basically told my mom and dad that I'm going to bring a lot of joy to the family and that everything will be fine. And I think my parents let me grow up in a normal, because what is normal? They let me be a kid. They let me fall and they helped me to stand up, and they actually learned different ways of doing things with my disabilities. I actually see myself in the mirror with someone with two hands because that's the way I live and that's the way I take on things in my life. But there are definitely things that I can't do, a bit of more details. I can't shave my right armpit, which is something very personal. But I try, and people that love me help me. And skipping, I can't skip, yeah, basically, or jump, what do you call it? So I have attachments that can do that, so there's definitely a different way. But I think there are a little few things that I don't always realize I can't do because there's more that I can do than I can't do.
Ja, sommige keren dan kan ik nie goed eens doen wat andere mensen doen nie. So dan raak ik kwaad in mezelf, maar is dingen wat ik doen wat hulle nie kan doen nie.
It was definitely difficult when I grew up. I was bullied quite a lot, especially in primary school. And I couldn't understand why me, why must I have this little hand and this interesting hand. And later in my life, athletics played a big role in building self-confidence. And every time I would run, I would just get closer to God. I would just feel more comfortable in my body and who I am. And it created this kind of place where I got self-confidence. So definitely to kind of tell people when they have a disability to find something that gives you pleasure and joy and to build on that, because that helped me to kind of build on myself and to kind of find who I am as a person.
Dat het nie 'n impak op my lewe nie, want ek het groot geraak daarmee en mense het vir my anders te hanteer omdat ek kunsbene het of omdat ek nie soos hulle is of soos hulle lyk nie.
I did able-bodied sports, so in primary school and high school. Did cross-country and hockey and everything, and I loved doing it. And I was also always called the girl with the one hand running, which kind of sounds harsh, but that's exactly what I said, is that's the place where I gained my self-confidence. And then I started disability sport in 2010 and my whole life has changed. I actually didn't know there was disabled sport in a way for me, so I think growing up also I didn't have any knowledge about it. And then later in my life when I knew about it, I was like, wow, where have you been? Because it had created a lot of opportunities for me to represent my country. So I think that in a way I feel that as a person I definitely have the opportunity to kind of make people aware of that and give them opportunities to start doing sport, especially if they are disabled. And maybe they can use the talent God has given them and they can explore that and go on a journey with their athletics as well. But I think further on, obstacles definitely not. I love doing athletics and every part of it I love. Even the sessions where it's quite difficult, I even love that.
As ek my bene aantrek en dan voel ek net soos ek kan die wêreld vol draf. Soos wat sport vir my gewys het is soos net om mense te wys wat kan mense met disability doen.
I recently competed at the World Championships in Dubai, which was one of my highlights in my career. The only reason also why is my husband sacrificed also quite a lot. I won't say sacrifice, every time I say it kind of sounds very harsh. He's dreaming with me and he's investing as well in this dream that I have. And coming back with 3 medals and running a championship record in the 400 and all 3 African records. It's quite, or 2 African records, sorry, it's quite something special. And I'm definitely on a high in that, and I take that in for going through difficult times as well, and celebrating that with my family and friends is definitely something I cherish.
My gelukkigste ding wat ek al soos gehet het in sport was soos ek my eerste goue medaille gekry het en dit het vir my laat gevoel, dat het vir my gevoel maar wie ek besonder is en dit het net vir my 'n klein bietjie gewys die pad vorentoe in die lewe.
People don't have the knowledge about disabilities, and they're scared to ask, or they're kind of not sure how to handle the person, where you handle the person just the way you want to be handled. And I think there's a lot of people that aren't aware of different disabilities in our country and in the world, and we aren't valued in a way. So I think it's our and my responsibility to make sure people know more about disabilities and what we actually can do and not what we can't. That's the saddest thing, is that you judge someone by what the image is and what you only see, but you don't give them a chance to show you what they actually can do. Or you don't give them a chance to say, you know what, they're actually an athlete, or they're a teacher, or you know what, they're a doctor, or whatever, tell you more about their life and their life story. So definitely giving them a chance to show that. So definitely to tell people out there, please don't shame disabled people, to give them a chance to just show who they are and what they can give you.